I'm going to get you.
See, the reason this is strange to me is I've been around you maybe twice. And the one time, Joe was there and Lonnie Love was there.
Are you there?
And when I did your show, and they were on the panel.
Hold on.
And I would have lost all my money if I bet against this because was there anything back then? I mean, he didn't try to fuck me back then.
No. He actually didn't try to fuck me this time either. I actually had to make the move because Joe is such a sweet guy. He was never going to make a move on me. And he was right because any guy, I mean, if you're
That's a soda or something?
with men who you know are trying to sleep with you and you just think, I'll hang out with them for as long as this
That's your hiss?
is manageable. You know, and then if they cross the line, you're like, okay, you're out. I can't hang out with you anymore.
I'm so sorry. Read that again. Oh, wow. Because, Mario, I'm listening to an interview and I just started playing Saints Row.
Hold position.
And I'll hear your Apex. That sounds like, ooh, different. Whatever one that is, that shit got to go in the garbage. Today. That's a bomb.
You crossed YouTube is the wrong thing. But with him, he wasn't ever doing that. He never was making a move. And I finally had to make the move, you know, because I think he respects our relationship too much and he respects women too much. And that's also one of the reasons I became more attracted to him. I was like, this guy isn't even trying to have sex with me. Like, you know? Turn on. And not that every man wants to have sex with me, but, you know, when you're hanging out with somebody a lot, you think, oh, they're here for one reason. So it's nice to find out that he was here for other reasons. And, yeah, and then I had to audition the sex, you know, obviously, because there's no potential. You have to make sure all your pieces fit and match and that there's room for everybody, you know, to thrive. And so I made the move, I made the first move, I did the first kiss, and even then, he said, we were in Vegas. He said, I'm not doing this in Vegas. He said, I've been waiting for this for 15 years. If this is happening, he says, it's not going to happen in Vegas, and it's not going to happen like this. And then I was done for. I was like, oh, when's it going to happen?
Did you learn a lot about artists and people who you thought were comrades when you know that you were going through your slump?
What's it like to deal? Tommy, you can.
Let me get another drink, man.
1984. Nah, but yeah, I mean, man, I can't even explain. I can't count on both hands how many people show their true colors.
Wow.
You know, and it really showed, man. It really showed. And when when you're hot, and I've done videos with people that, if it's two features, it'll be me featuring on a track with somebody else, but the main artist is both of us. But I won't say no names. But like there was a time where I started getting cold, and the other featured artist was like, I don't want to be in any scenes with you, man.
Every mission
Damn.
Yeah, and it's the person that is like featured on my album. Like we've done a ton of songs together and stuff like that.
Wow.
But when I started getting cold, it's like I don't want to be seen in any scenes with you.
All of a sudden.
Damn. Yeah. And then you still gotta look at that person like, yeah, I know.
Like, I was featured on a song with somebody, and they had a second feature.
Hold on, man, take a big gulp of it. That's like it's part of it. It's gonna start out. Watch that. I did a hook on a song for another. Yeah, how did that hook go? It was make that shit work. It was one of my songs. Right. But at first, it belonged to another artist, and they had a feature verse on it. But when the song didn't make the initial artist's album, the label gave it to me, and then it became my song, and I did verses to it. The artist that was already featured on it and already had a verse on it said, "No, they take me out."
Wow.
Did they off now?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's great.
Have you talked to them since?
Yeah, I saw him in the airport.
talk to you?
That was fun.
Did they know?
Absolutely.
Did they
Wow.
try to
I
act
said, bro,
like?
what's up with that verse? What's up with the session? Give me the session. Oh yeah, I got you. When I get, I got my shows, and when I get done with shows, they're like, you're not performing right now. It's crazy. You're engineered. I know you're engineered, right?
Attack me right now.
But you know the session at this other studio. Okay, so you let studios keep all your sessions, which is weird because your music will leak a lot. Wow. And it's just a bunch of excuses. And, ultimately they just didn't want to be on the record with me. So it was fine when it was the artist that initially had the song, they flopped. Crazy.
Is there something?
Being on the song, the initial artist would have been worse. My shit actually did numbers.
Get ahead of him!
Did you guys know that Sully from Monsters Inc. was unalived by the humans? Sounds crazy, but let me explain.
What does that mean?
So in the first Monsters Inc. movie, Randall says this to Sully. He says, and I quote, "I heard humans skin monsters and make toilet covers out of their fur." Nonsense, right? Well, actually, in a Disney short called Party... Saurus Rex? Just take a look.
We all know in his youth, Syndrome is obsessed with superheroes.
Yes.
So clearly he would know who the best supersuit designer is. However, Edna is one of the smartest Pixar characters ever. He's probably able to tell that Syndrome has evil intentions from the beginning. But instead of refusing to make him a suit, she gives him a death sentence. A cape. And we all know what happened next. In Monsters Inc., who do you think the weakest monster is? Plot twist, it's not George. It's actually Mike Wazowski. Feeble limbs, a large eye vulnerable to the outside world, as well as poor depth perception. Mike Wazowski would be the easiest monster to defeat in combat.
Jeez.
Speaking of defeating, for over 20 years now, we have literally been watching this lamp destroy the leather eye.
Yes.
Just straight up buffing it. But that's not the most disturbing part. The most disturbing part is the look that he gives us at the end. You can see the look in his eyes, or bulb, in which he basically says to us, you didn't see anything.
No, it just says that he's guilty. He feels bad about destroying the eye.
So I keep coming across Luca on my For You page. I was really concerned if these two are gay or not. You know what I'm concerned about? Why is this movie free? Think about it, y'all. When has Disney ever done anything for free? So here's my theory. They're warning us.
Sam, what could they warn us about?
Aliens. That is crazy. As true as that may be, think about it. We're told aliens might be in the ocean. We're told aliens are shapeshifters. What if there's aliens in our ocean and they happen to be shapeshifters, and when they reach the land, they can shapeshift into humans? And that's why they showed us this movie, because they're giving us a warning and getting kids used to the idea that aliens come from the ocean and that they shapeshift into human. I mean, when you put it that way.
Oh my god, babe, so there's this crazy theory. Did you ever hear about Washington freezing himself so that he could be brought back to life in the future?
Freezing himself?
Yeah, so apparently he was diagnosed with lung cancer and he decided to freeze himself, and this is 50...
Technology make it possible. Technology make it possible.
plus years ago so that he could be brought back to life when technology was advanced enough.
No way.
Yeah, and the even crazier part is that the movie Frozen was named Frozen so that if you try to search anything about Walt Disney being frozen, nothing comes up except for the movie.
Oh my God.
And the actual fairy tale is called The Snow Queen, so why would Disney rename it Frozen?
Here's how Pixar villains could have made their lives a whole
They don't care.
lot easier.
You mentioned early in the show your dad, and that you had, a 10-year period, maybe a falling out, right? But prior to that, how was it for you growing up with your dad?
Well, my father was grouchy and angry, and he spanked us a lot. My two brothers with belts. I thought it was excessive, and I intensely disliked the man. And fortunately, when I'm a little kid, at 10 years old, he starts a little cafe, and I have to work for the SOB. And he still yells at me. Now I'm 15 years old, Tim, and I said to myself, next time he yells at me, we're talking about a diner where everybody can hear everything. It's not like it's privately in the back. He yells and screams at me, and you look at customers watching the whole thing. I said, I'm going to walk out next time the SOB yells at me. And it took me 3 or 4 times. They had women to come to me when I was 15 years old. My dad came home. They gave $10 plus tips. $10 a week. Why did you leave? The first time I went back to my dad and I said, Dad, I got sick and tired of the way you spoke to me, and I'm not putting up with it anymore. He walked out of my bedroom, Tim, and for the next 10 years, we didn't speak to each other at all.
Wow.
At all. I go to college, I go to law school, I come home to visit my mom, of course. College was in New England, law school was in the Midwest. I come back to LA to visit my mom, but I'd make sure my dad wasn't around when I was in the room.
You were 15?
I was 15 when this happened. But then I graduated from high school. My dad worked long hours, so the next 2 years I just made sure we weren't in the same room. Then I go to New England for college, Midwest for law school, ended up working in Cleveland, and I would visit my mom all these years, of course, but I would just make sure my dad and I were not in the same room. We said nothing to each other for 10 years. Now, just real quickly, now 25 years old, I passed the California bar, the Ohio bar. I should be living large. I'm 25 years old, making the equivalent of $150K, and I can't sleep. And I know it has to do with my dad. So I told my secretary, call my client, tell them I'm going to be away for 3 days. I'm flying to LA, I'll be back. And so I didn't tell my parents I was coming because I didn't want my dad to prepare. So I get to LAX, took a cab to the cafe. Cafe closed at 2:30, I got there at 1:30. And my dad was shocked to see me. I had 2 big bags with me. And he said, Chuck, put your bags in the back. I said, no, Dad, I'm going to be here for 5 or 10 minutes. I want to tell you something. So he said, wait till we close. So I sat there for an hour and I said, all right, don't tee off on the SOB. Just give him the highlights, 5-10 minute conversation. He'll call you an ungrateful son. You call him a cruel father, and maybe you'll be able to sleep when you get back to Cleveland. So my dad sat down, and I teed off him for a half hour. You know how I could go. We just now met. You know how I go, Jamie.
Everybody, he can go.
So I spoke for a half hour, nonstop. Every spanking, every whipping. The time when my cousin Elaine came to Cleveland, from Cleveland to visit me, and he whipped me in front of her, how humiliating that was. I told him everything. And my dad just took it. Every now and then he'd lean over and pour coffee and replenish his coffee, but he just took it. And when I was done, I was spent. I couldn't think of anything else. And my dad looked up and said, is that it? You just beat me for 10 years because of that? Now I should tell you, I knew nothing about my father's life other than I knew he was an only child because we never got any Christmas presents. And I met his mom one time. Outside of that, I knew nothing about his life. I didn't care. I didn't like him. He said, let me tell you about my father. You know your last name, Elder? I said, yes. He said, that's not my father's last name. I said, what? What's your father's last name? He said, I have no idea. I never met him. You never met your father? Who's Elder? Elder was some guy who was in my life the longest, 4 years. My mother could neither read nor write. She had a series of boyfriends, each one more irresponsible than the one before. Elder was an alcoholic, was physically abusive to me. And when I tried to stop him from beating my mother, he would beat me. And I came home at 13 years old, he said. And I started fighting with my mom's then boyfriend. By that time, Elder was long gone. And my mother sided with the boyfriend and threw me out of the house, 13 years old, never to return. Athens, Georgia, Jim Crow South, at the beginning of the Great Depression. I said, Dad, what did did you do? And for the next 8 hours, the man told me about his life. The 2 stools as close as you and I are. And for the first time, I saw my father cry when he talked about the way Elder treated him. For 8 hours, my dad walked me through his life. I said, well, what did you do when you left the house? I went down the road. I picked up trash. I did this. I became a Pullman porter. They were the largest private employers of blacks in those days. My dad came out to California on a run, and he was able to walk through the front door of a restaurant and get served. And he was shocked. And he said, maybe I'll make a little note to relocate to California. Pearl Harbor, my dad joined the Marines. I said, Dad, why the Marines? Anybody who's listening to us who's in the Marines knows what I'm going to say. 2 reasons. Number 1, they go where the action is. Number 2, I love the uniforms. My dad was stationed on Guam, where he became a staff sergeant in charge of cooking for the colored soldiers. Gets out, comes back to Chattanooga, where you're appearing. And once I worked that in, where he married my mom to get him a job as a chauffeur to cook. That's what he did in the military. And they said, I'm sorry, we don't hire niggers. He went to restaurant after restaurant. I'm sorry, we don't hire niggers. Goes to the unemployment office, goes through the door. Lady said, you went through the wrong door. He said, covered only. My dad goes to that door to the very same lady who sent him out. My dad told my mom, this is PS. I'm going to LA, where I was before the war. I'm going to get a job as a cook. I'll send for you. Comes out to LA, walks around for a day and a half, and he said, sorry, you don't have any references. My dad said, I need references to make ham and eggs. And but they treated him the same way as they did in Chattanooga, a little more polite. Yeah. Goes to the unemployment office, just one door at this time. Lady didn't have anything. My dad said, what time do you close? She said, 9. What time do you open? She said, 9. What time do you close? 5. My dad said, I'll be sitting in that chair until you find me something. Sat there for a whole day, nothing. Came back the next day. She calls him up. I've got something. I don't know whether or not you're going to want it. My dad said, of course I'm going to want it. I'm starting a family. What is it? She says, job cleaning toilets and Nabisco brand bread. My dad did that for 10 years, took a second full-time job cleaning toilets at another bread company. He had a hookup. Cooked for a family on the weekend to make additional money. Went to night school 3 nights a week to get his GED so he could have a stay-at-home wife. The man never slept, which is why he was so grouchy. And my dad then said, you know, and the other time I was married, you were married before Mom? I thought he was going to say 6 months, 3 months, 7 years. He didn't make sure he had any kids. And then the other time I was married, you were married twice before Mom? I was 18 years old. I married a girl 18. Her parents found out I was an 8th grade dropout, marched her down to the courthouse, annulled the marriage. So you were married 3 times? Why would you get married after that happened to you? And he looked at me like I had 8 heads. He said, because Larry, I wanted you. So 8 hours, my dad gets bigger and bigger and bigger, Tim. Elder gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Now I'm crying. And I said, Dad, please forgive me for judging you so harshly. My dad said, don't worry about it. Just follow the advice I've always given you and your brothers. I get cited in my sleep. Hard work wins. You get out of life what you put into it. Larry, you cannot control the outcome, but you are 100% in control of the effort. And before you moan and groan about what somebody did to you or said to you, go to the nearest mirror, look at it, and ask yourself, what could I have done to change the outcome? And finally, he said, no matter how good you are, how hard you work, bad things are going to happen to you. How you address those bad things will tell your mother and me if we raised a man. From that point on, next 35 years, my dad and I were the best of friends. I wrote a book about this called Dear Father, Dear Son, 2 Lives, 8 Hours, about the conversation. The reason it's titled that, when I flew back to Cleveland, my dad wrote me a letter. He never wrote me a letter in his life. And it started out, Dear Son. He never called me Dear Son. He never called me Son. I wrote back and I called him Father. I never called him Father. And my dad and I became the best of friends from that point on. But if anybody had a right to hate America, to believe America was systemically racist, it's my dad. And he never believed that. My dad was a Republican. And my dad always said this about the Democratic Party, and then I'll shut up. Democrats want to give you something for nothing. When you try and get something for nothing, you almost always end up getting nothing for something. Early in the show, your name, and then you have your 10-year period because of the gap. But prior to that, how was it for you growing up?
You saw me as more than that. We snap at each other sometimes, and I don't always understand your methods. But there's no one I'd rather follow into battle.
You said, hey, Piers, how would you like to be the face of the Saints? And I was all, oh, man, I'm gonna miss you. Had I any idea you would be so willing to sacrifice yourself to save the world, I suppose I wouldn't have tried to kill you.
Well, we just met, but, you seem to know. Nice. The warhead's disabled, but it's still moving, boss. Boss, you're right over the...
For too long, the American people have suffered under the yoke of a healthcare system that chokes every last dollar from the...
My fellow Americans.
This campaign has...
I know there has been a lot of...
Something dangerous as a nation.
My fellow Americans. My fellow Americans. On the
out and never...
Today marks a new day for our country.
A lot of people in the press are asking when I'm gonna disclose my... For too long, the American people have suffered under the yoke of a healthcare... So, what's up? Hey, Hex. Thank you very much. Go. Well, hi there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm all yours, baby. You get my vote. Feeling the love and being cool. Hot damn! Here comes the air pose. Woo! I love it just like this. Oh, you're gonna love this. Let's take it for a spin. Mom, all right on, brother. I feel you, bro. Oh, let's get it on. You want a piece of this? You better get to work. Really? Really? Oh, did you want some? You'll never look this good. I got something for you. You ain't this good. Just let anytime take a good look. Anytime you think you man enough, you know you're chicken. Hadouken! You know you. Anytime you think, just let it shake, man. What you gonna do, huh? You ain't this good. What you gonna do? Just let it. Anytime you think you man enough, just let it shake, man. Let it shake. What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do? You ain't this good.
This is a problem.
It's not a problem.
You alienated part of America.
I alienated crazy people.
You couldn't resist, could you?
Jesus, not you too.
This is a problem.
I keep trying to explain that, but the president won't listen.
Poverty is a problem. Apartheid is a problem. This is just a couple
Here's the latest approval poll.
We lost 20 points. We can get it back.
They're at 20 points.
I'll admit that's a little lower than anticipated.
So you agree you have a problem?
Nope, you do. You're the communications director. Fix this.
Can you give me 100% employment?
No.
Will you get married?
Fuck no.
Then I think we're in trouble.
King, can you have this naysayer assassinated?
Not when you say it publicly.
You know my fun as a gang leader.
We have a country to run. Fun isn't part of the equation.
There's a septic truck when you need one. Shit. Keith better have some good news. This press conference shit gets old real fast.
Listen, we've got enough clout right now for one major bill, not both. What do you want me to push forward? Do you want to be the president who cured cancer or the president who solved world hunger?
As for hunger, I'll solve that one taco at a time.
Good choice.
I hope Kinsey's got the reporter's handle.
Now, you listen here. If you think you can cram your agenda past Congress, you are in for a rude awakening. You hear me? Now, let me tell you a little something about the greatest word in politics. Filibuster.
Allow me to retort. Hey, Doris, we still down for tennis?
Oleg and I are about to head over to Camp David to watch some Nightblade. Yep. You down? Boom!
All right, I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'm your #1 fan!
Nice work, Oleg.
The president's words were taken out of context.
Kinsey, what's the right context for, and I quote, "I'm the patron saint of America. We should probably look into changing the Pledge of Allegiance to one nation under me"?
That's a great question. Jane?
I think we have a problem.
Oh, not you two. How many times do I have to...
Asha and Miller are waiting for you in the Oval Office.
If MI6 needed something, they would send it up the chain, not fly across an ocean.
They said nobody back home believes them.
Jesus, what's going on?
They think we're about to be attacked by aliens.
I gotta go.
This is serious. You know that Kinsey's been saying the same thing.
When did you start taking Kinsey seriously?
When the people who helped us save the world said we should.
All right. I'll swing by after I...
Hello, humans. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a time for fear, but a time for celebration. Today, the best and brightest among you will find salvation within the Zin Empire.
than all these people.
Delightful.
Protect the president!
I do love your spirit, my dear. I'm Zinyak. Pleasure to meet you. Would you like to join me for a ride? Splendid.
Man, back the fuck up! Gonna need some serious firepower.
Reports are coming in from all over.
I said we should have a gun every 5 steps. Is that too much to ask?
And beyond the stalkers in the sky.
There you are. Thank God you're all right.
You okay? Where's Matt?
Upstairs, trying to find out what's happening.
What is happening?
All out war by the looks of it. I'm meeting up with Matt. I'll be in touch via comm.
Watch your ass. Who's compensating now, huh?
Come on, this way! What the fuck?
Keith! God damn it!
Die, alien motherfucker!
Shit, what the fuck is going on?
I've trained for this!
Pierce, Ben, we gotta bounce!
Shit, player! Save yourself! Fuck that! Save me!
Millions of people are disappearing around the ball.
This is
Sentinel is becoming insane.
Huh?
Response from world governments has been slow. How were we not ready?
Die, alien motherfucker! Tell my wife I had enough fun. I did this.
These enemies identified by found invaders as
Tell my wife
Empire.
I had enough fun.
Ultimatum.
Matt and I are at the south portico. You have to see this.
Oh, you asshole.
We got this!
Snatch my kid. I'll rip your fucking head off. Oh, shit! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no!
Matt, hold on to me!
Asha! Matt! God damn it! Aliens are so dead. You pissed off the wrong folks. Shit! How many of these are there? Bert to Ernie. Bert to Ernie. Activate South Corridor defenses. Let's do this, you badass motherfucker. Come get some. Knock down every last one of you.
humans enjoy leaping so much?
Get off my lawn, you son of a bitch! Didn't count on me, did you?
Well, hello there. Welcome aboard.
Sticking your head on a spike.
Now, not so fast.
Say goodbye. What? Ah! Shit!
Did you really think you could stop me? Ah, human arrogance. Is there anything more charming? Do what exactly? Huh? Bravado me to death? I'm going to have fun breaking you.
Goodness me. What a dream. Breakfast smells terrific.
Leave it to the Saints. Brought to you by Friendly Fryer, the only choice in home cookware.
That he deserves a friendly fry.
Gosh, what a glorious day.
Morning, dear. I made your favorite breakfast. Oh, Mr. King from across the street is going out of town for a few weeks. He was wondering if you could check his mail for him. Oh, and your friend Pierce called. I'm sure he has some crazy new get-rich scheme. Oh, that Pierce. Such a card. And someone named Dex stopped by earlier. I didn't recognize him, so I just sent him away. I think I heard Timmy deliver the paper earlier. Could you fetch it, dear?
You got it, sweetheart.
Hi diddly eye, neighbor.
I wonder what's happening in the world today.
You ready to meet the fine people of Steelport? Well, get in the car.
Don't I usually drive?
It's your world. Go ahead. Boy, they sure are anxious to meet you.
They who?
Well, you do have a queer sense of humor.
Why does this place look so white bread?
Now, what's that you say?
Something's just off. This is all...
Can't wait to get out to the lake this weekend. I hear the fish are really biting.
The fish? Wait, what are we talking about?
Don't you worry now. We're almost there. Well, here we are. Why don't you glad hand a bit? We got time.
Ow! My toe!
Can I get a picture? Aw, thank you kindly.
Looks like it's time. Your public is waiting.
Oh my stars, it's the president!
Hi, how are... What the...
We don't use that kind of language here in Steelport.
People. What the f*** is this? I'm getting the f*** out of here.
Hello? Hello?
Kenzie, am I hearing things now?
Finally! Listen to me. No time to explain, but you have to break free.
But I am free.
The place you're in isn't real. Whatever it's having you do, you need to stop.
But I'm just driving a car.
Okay, good. There's a park nearby. Head there and give me a sec.
I'm glad there's no driving.
Brace yourself.
Brace? What the heck?
I need some more time before I can get you out. It'd be really helpful if you could just, you know, just be you.
Be me?
The simulation is all about normalcy. Pleasantry, order, all the things you hate. Go forth. Unleash hell.
I am the one who knocks.
Resisting, but just keep going. You need to do more. Bigger. Hold on, I'm sending you something. cat fountain. I left you a present.
Golly, this is keen. My town, my room.
You're doing great. The simulation is... Wait a minute.
Wait, what? Mackenzie, what's going on?
Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you?
I still have it.
You had to push and push and push. I hope you've enjoyed your last moments.
I'm impressed.
Where the hell are... Fuck me.
I should have realized a prison of peace would never hold a sociopath like yourself.
I'm more of a buckish rogue.
A rose by any other name.
You trying to kill me or sleep with me?
Charming.
See, there you go with those mixed messages again.
Then allow me to be perfectly clear. I am the architect of your reality. I build what I want. I destroy what I want. Your bravado means nothing. Fighting back is pointless, my friend. There's nowhere to run. You belong to me. Now, on to more pleasant things. I'm going to place you in your new home. Try to run again, and I'll destroy your pitiful planet. Did you ever? My friends, each of you are guilty of crimes against the Zin Empire. But today is your lucky day. Today, you get to be a part of a new work release program. Swear your fealty, and I will empower you to be wardens of Simulation 31. You will have one purpose: torment the President of the United States. Beyond that, the world is yours to toy with. Ravage it. Indulge in your basest desire. It makes no difference to me. Just leave the prisoner alive. I want them broken, not dead. Go now and tear their world asunder.
The fuck am I now?
Come in, President. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You want to tell me how I hear you since I don't got a phone?
I just patched myself into your simulation and projected my voice through the audio system. You should be able to hear me from anywhere. And you don't have to yell.
Right, because that's not at all messed up. Kenzie, I ain't strapped. How about getting me out?
Can't do that until I backtrace your signal to your physical body. Until then, you're stuck there, so you might want to go buy a gun.
Ah, hell. Friendly fire time.
he borrows this thing, he can fill it up. Is there one open near here?
Set your GPS from the map in your hub.
Hub?
It's like a digital information. You know, like those mobile devices all the kids have these days?
Tight. Does it get porn?
No.
You're gonna get me out of here, right?
Eventually. I'm still trying to figure out the Zin systems. Basic hacks like hooking into the audio system isn't hard. Trying to disconnect you and find your body, that's a bit more involved.
And getting me out of this dumbass outfit ain't a basic hack?
On my list of priorities, that doesn't even make my top 500.
If you were wearing this, you'd make it #1.
If I was wearing that, I'd be asking you to shoot me in the head.
What's up with that big dome?
Not sure. We'll have to look into that.
This town's crawling with Zinyak's crew.
From what I can see, a lot's been taken over by the Zin. There's alien technology everywhere.
You getting off on this, Kinsey?
Just a little.
You think the whole damn White House got flattened?
I don't know. Maybe. Why?
And I'm just thinking, maybe we could get Ultor to rebuild it. Thicker walls, more guns, an underground jet hangar.
Are you serious?
Hell, maybe more stripper poles in the bedrooms.
More? You already had some stripper poles?
Shit, I won't put in my first day in office.
Wow.
Who fucking cares if it's you? I win everywhere. How sure are we that I'm allowed to buy guns here?
I don't know. Do you remember how to shop for yourself, or did being president make you too good for that? Hope you got something useful, because the cops are swarming your location.
I got my Second Amendment rights.
Zinyak's running this place. I don't think the Constitution holds any weight here.
Here endeth the lesson. What now, Kinsey? I just keep it on a down low till you pull me out of this place?
Not yet. There's a Zin patrol close to you that'll need to be cleared out before that happens. That is, if the president's up for killing a few more aliens.
Now that I'm strapped, I'm up for killing anyone who helped put me here.
What can I say? I'm good at my job.
You're just not a people person.
True.
Yo, motherfuckers, I'm right here.
Just kill them and leave already.
for a challenge.
Use my warehouse. It's not far.
You can't just put me in a nice hotel or something?
What's wrong with my inner sanctum?
Chill, girl. I didn't mean nothing by it.
Why the hell would you... Oh!
Man, I gotta trade this in for a bus pass. Kinsey, somebody clean this place out.
What? Damn it! Zinyak removed all signs of the Saints from the simulation. That means...
We don't have a single safe house in town.
Right.
What the hell am I supposed to do about that?